how you going? I'm going to do a video, a bit of a walk around and explanation as what I've done to my vehicle. I drive a 2002 Mitsubishi Pajero, Shogun or Montero, depending on what country you're in. It's an NM model, GLX, so it's the base model, it's not the Exceed with the leather seats and all the goodies. I paid $3.5 grand for this car, which overall wasn't too bad. When I got it, it was pretty well bog stock. Had a 2-inch lift in the rear, a little light bar holder thing for the front over your license plate, and a couple of crappy spotlights, that was it. Since getting it, I've decked it out with stickers. I run a small fishing club, so I've decked it out with stickers, done some curtains for it, made a shelf in the back for a bed, number of different things. When I bought the car, my main thing was I wanted to do a bit of off-roading, but I wanted to go camping a lot with it and get to different areas that you wouldn't normally be able to get to. On my first trip out camping, or one of my first trips out camping, we did a run down to a campground, Percy's Place down at Pigtown, and a friend of mine that also drives an NM Pajero, same as this, but she's got the Exceed model. I found that she'd had a bed set up in the back of it, so that pretty much triggered all my ideas for this. It pretty much triggered all my ideas and sort of started me on the path that I'm on now. So as you can see, there's nothing in the back here at the moment, so I'll give you a quick walk around, explain what I've done with the car physically from the outside, and yeah, just sort of give you a bit of an idea of where we're at, and then I'll show you what I've done to the inside of it. Okay, so I'm going to start at the front of the car. So again, it's a 2002 NM Pajero. When I bought the car, as you saw in the first photos, it just had the stock white bumper on it, and it had 2 crappy little spotlights on it. I've managed to source a bull bar, so it's an alloy Mitsubishi bull bar, missing the rubber seals off the front of it, and it's from an NP Exceed rather than the NM, so hence the fog lights. The NM have got more of a rectangle sort of shaped fog light, and they don't have the washer mounts on them. But you know, she's a V6 3.5 litre. When it came to installing the bull bar, it was quite simple. I had to drill a couple of holes, all the mounts and everything were there. The fog lights just needed a fuse to run. All the wiring and everything was there. They needed the fuse and the switch, which I got when I got the bull bar anyway. I've replaced the crappy fog lights with the small front LED light bar, and on the roof I've got the 42-inch. They both connect together, so when I turn the high beams on, they both run. So I've done, as I said, I've done the bull bar, mounted the UHF. I bought a twin aerial unit, so this is the 6.6 dBi antenna that's on there at the moment. In the glove box I've got the 3 dBi, which I haven't really used. The 6.6 but has been brilliant for me so far. Obviously, as I said, I decked it out with my stickers. I run a small fishing club. So yeah, remove the front bar, put the bull bar on. I've done my stickers. Internally, not a lot. Down the driver's side, all you're going to see is stickers. And I managed to get a set of side steps. Now these were off an NP Exceed, so they're not the correct steps, but I've just trimmed them down just so they don't look quite as bad on here. They were already bashed up, they were second hand. The rims that are on here are 21mm offset from a Ford Ranger. They fit quite nice, there's no scrub or anything. As you can see, the hub size in the centre there is a little bit different, but otherwise all's good. I do have a set of alloys that I plan to put on here, and I'm running J-Trax all-terrains from Bob Jane. 199 bucks a piece. They're pretty cheap, and so far they've been a good tyre. I'm quite happy. They're not noisy off-road, on-road, and they're pretty grippy off-road. So down the passenger side of the vehicle, again we've got the steps messed up and bent the step, which is quite common anyway in these stickers. And I've got a Austrail awning. It's 2.5 by 2 metre. This was actually given to me, which I'm happy about. Obviously freebies are always good. And I've got the Pro Rack, 3 of the Pro Rack roof racks on here. If you're going to buy these and do that, try and get the 3-pack instead of 2-pack. These are obviously a keyed, that you can really see, these are a keyed roof racks, so they're lockable, but being that they are lockable, when you buy 2 separate twin packs, you've left over with a roof rack and you've got 2 different lots of keys. The wiring here runs down for the main light bar and runs down the window trim. I often hear people asking how they run the wiring. A little bit of rust and that was already there, but it runs down inside there and down under the hood, and as you can see, you can hardly see it. So yeah, roof racks, the awning, and the side steps, and again all my stickers. I will come back around to the driver's side quickly. I've also mounted a screw there for a camera, so that will hold a camera, digital camera like a GoPro or something, so that when I'm driving out bush I can film what I'm doing. So jumping inside, as I said, I had to replace the switches for the fog lights, so I managed to get this part, which is the Exceed version. The GLX, which is mine, comes with a standard black one, which you see up on the inside. I've replaced the head unit. It had the standard cassette deck. I've replaced it with the Sony Explode, which is not a bad, cheap little unit. Takes USB, and that's the main thing that I wanted, because I just throw a little USB stick in there and I've got thousands of songs on it. Everything else is basically bog stock. There's the UHF, little GME TX3100. Only a small little unit, very compact, but they suction cup up to the roof, and it's been quite a good unit. I mount the mic up the top. I am planning on building a small roof console to go here, just with some some switches and that, so I can move everything from down below and have it easier to reach. One thing I do have made up is these little stickers, so you can, when you're cruising along, you can sort of flick through and make sure you're on the right channels and you're not on emergency channels. Okay, around to the back seat. Only modifications I've really done here is a 12-volt lighter and a twin USB, so when we're driving, if my son wants to charge his phone or something like that, he's got it. The vehicle does need to be used for day-to-day purposes as well as my camping. As for curtains, I've just run a bit of string, nice and tight, couple of hooks, and another one there, another one at the back, and then the curtains at the moment just sit out. I want to try and make them so they clip in. So there's the curtains. Nothing perfect, but hey, they do the job for me. And they just slide back and sit over the back seat, out of the way. All the crap you can see here is all the stuff that goes in the back. So on the back, again, more stickers. The phone number there is the Jeff Davies. He's the fellow that's done all the graphics for me. So always give him a bit of a prop. Spare wheel cover, another custom sticker, and again curtains in the back. So, and then I've got again more curtains. The little switch here runs this wire at the top here. I have the mount there to hook up a little 12-volt projector, so when I'm camping in the back I can hang a screen in between the just in behind the back doors, sorry, just in behind the front seats, and I can lay in bed and watch movies and that. The only part that I have made in the back here, other than the curtains, it's a permanent fitting, is this shelf, which at the moment is not complete. I need to install some USB into it. But otherwise, it's got a little lip on the top, so I can, overnight and that, I can throw phones up there and whatever. I can have stuff sitting on here when I'm driving. And I've got the little storage inside. That's where the USB will be going, so I can hide cameras, phones, tablets, deeper Pro Plus units or deeper chirp units, UHF radios, things like that. I can hide in here and I can have them charging, so whenever the car starts up, everything starts charging. Check out deeper chirp. The deeper chirp units are a great little unit. There, if this stupid camera wants to focus properly, they're simply mounted. I think there's another one at the back there somewhere, and I've run a bolt through the bottom, I think, from memory. I've designed that so I can still put the third row seats in if I need to. So that will go in with the third row seats and won't cause any dramas. Again, back to this little unit, I've got the switch up here to power it, and then there's the plug to plug it into my power. Third row seat, well, at the moment is basically empty. I intend to put a second battery in there. Might install a compressor, that sort of thing as well. Only other permanent fitting, I cop a lot of flack about the fire extinguisher, just as its positioning. There's a thick aluminium strip behind that. It's about 1.5 inches thick and full length, and it's bolted with washers and everything through that aluminium strip. So if it's going to break, it's basically going to rip the entire trim off at the same time. So, and then I've got my little table at the back here, which I can use that to cook off. I keep my tea, coffee, sugar, all that sort of stuff in there at all times. Bit of dunny paper, you never know when you'll need that. And keep that in there at all times. The toolkit that came with the car standard was empty, so I've ripped that out, taken the clips and screws and everything, and I did make a cutlery holder, but unfortunately that wasn't strong enough and managed to break on me. The table at the back here has got a couple of guy ropes, so it's actually adjustable for its level. So if you're not parked on dead flat surface, I did find this when I was out at the Wattigans, because it wasn't a flat surface, the saucepan kept sliding off the cooker. So at least now I can adjust it so that no matter what level the car's on, it's still on a flat surface. And that just hooks up with a little bungee strap. Other modification is just under here, there's a little reverse light. It does get bashed around, it is pretty horrible, but I really don't care. It's just a basic reverse light, so when I'm reversing out my driveway in particular, it throws a little bit more light. Also through the back here, see this wire here runs up to a plug on the top. I've got a roof cage that goes on the top, you'll see over here. And that's got another small LED light bar on the top, so that clips into that plug that you just saw. A little toolbox, fishing rod holder which needs to be fixed properly, and down the bottom there, the two bits of PVC that you see, my shovel holder. Cage is brilliant, sits on the rear two racks instead of the front one. As you can see, the light bar's on the front one, but yeah, sits on the rear two racks and holds plenty when I go camping. Now I'll give you a look at the stuff that I've put in the back that I've made for when I do my overnighters. Okay, so the first part that goes in is the passenger side of this shelf. Now the way I've designed this, I do have a second battery. It is connected at the moment, that is just an old car battery at the moment. So I flip this section when it's in and I can connect the solar charger to it. On the side here, there's an Anderson plug, if you can see that. The battery just connects into that and powers everything here. As you can see, there is a fuse box, 6 fuse boxes. That's the part that plugs in to power my projector. 6 fuse boxes, and then I've got a voltage meter, 2 USB and 2 12-volt sockets. So I'll grab that battery. This will be a change after I get things done right. As I said, I do intend to put a secondary battery in, a proper second battery into it, so that plugs up under there. And that just slides in. Get my power up, focus. So as you can see, we've got 12.5 volt and everything here's powered now. And the battery just sits up under the shelf there. So that goes in first. Then I'll make it dark so it is easily installed. And the second part just slips in off the pipe there. Underneath I've got two slide out shelves. There's some new rail under there, it's a bit tight. It's a little bit tight, but there's two rails there, goes in and slides on. Top side. I need to clear coat these to protect them from water because they are only MDF. So that's why it is nice and neat. And then I've got the drawers. This is the heavy one. So that's the unit when everything's installed. As you can see, it doesn't take long to put in, and that was the whole idea of the build, is to make it easy to put in and remove. Okay, the next part of this build is the bed. Again, this is all built to suit me and what I need, not to suit anyone else. So this mattress does need to be trimmed down a little bit. I haven't trimmed this since I've made the new shelf, the permanent part of it. But otherwise it just needs to be trimmed and slides into the back. As you can see, it's much tighter now that the shelf's been built, and as I said, I haven't trimmed it. So now to turn this into a bed, simply lay the seats forward and turn the seat rests around, or the headrests around. Once its headrests are turned around, then you just fold mattress out and over. And you've got a double bed in here. I normally climb in from the side doors, but plenty of room. Only drama I do find occasionally is I kick the front seats, but otherwise there's plenty of room. Curtains close up, and plenty of privacy. So, now this is a custom build for me, not for anyone else, and it suits what I need. Okay, so now the bed's in. Once the mattress is in there, door closes up nicely, sits right up against it. Again, it needs to be trimmed down a little bit up in the corner here, just to fit around this properly. It hasn't been done since. So this one has a 10 litre water and all my tools, recovery gear, etc., and some serviettes. Serviettes are mostly to stop the water bottle sliding. I've put a latch on the side here, as you can see, to stop the water bottle sliding back and forth, and then you just pull it out and on with the tap, and you've got flowing water. Passenger side, driver's side, I've got my cutlery, plates, if the stupid camera will focus, So I've got plates, coffee cups, cigarette lighter, stubby cooler, bowls. This compartment here will be for the gas canisters. I just haven't worked out if I want to keep them permanently in the car. Kettle and some other bits and pieces, lights, mozzie coils, and one of my gas cookers. This wire that's sitting here at the moment is actually the thermometer sitting on top. So I'm using this at the moment to work out what the temperatures are under the drawers and whether it's safe to keep the gas canisters in there. So when it comes time to cook, all I need to do is drop the table down, get whatever I need out of here, and then I need additional shelf space. I've got the slide out shelves there. This one only comes out to here when the back drawer is open. This one will come out further if that's not in use. Obviously this will come out quite a bit further. They're not the most stable things in the world, but they'll do what I need them to do. And they just slide in there nice and neat, hidden up under the bottom. So yeah, that's my build. And yeah, I guess there's nothing more to say about that.